Visualize this: a remote summer camp tucked away in the bosom of a primeval whispering forest. But this is no ordinary campsite. It is a landscape soaked in the rich chronicles of forgotten times, with murmurs of ghostly apparitions and unsettling incidents woven into its history. It is a place where the tangible world intertwines with the spectral, where the line between the concrete and the cryptic grows thin. The forest, an age-old sentinel, cradles the camp within its verdant embrace, its foliage whispering tales from times when mankind was but a passing thought. Legends say that the camp is haunted by the spirits of ancient warriors who once made this forest their home. Their spectral forms are said to wander the woods at night, their eerie cries adding an uncanny note to the nighttime chorus. The camp itself, an isolated oasis removed from the bustling modern world, lies nestled in nature's lap, a haven of tranquility amidst the murmuring woods. Yet, even here, the echoes of chilling folklore pervade the air. Stories of campers who ventured into the woods and never returned create an undercurrent of unease, turning the idyllic camp into a hotbed of mystery and intrigue. Towering noble trees, their gnarled branches clawing towards the heavens, stand as the forest's vanguard. Their colossal forms, relics of a primeval era, silently guard the camp like protective elders. Their mighty trunks and broad leaves create a vast natural cathedral that hums with an ominous tranquility, permeated with the whispers of the wilderness and the lingering echoes of ghostly tales. The air, dense with the scent of pine and the earth's rich aroma, is heavy with a sense of foreboding, a palpable sense of expectancy cloaked within the dusky atmosphere. The air is filled with the discordant symphony of the forest, the gusts of wind howling mournfully through the leaves, the eerie rustling of nocturnal creatures, the chilling laughter of campers echoing eerily off the massive tree trunks. As the sun begins its descent, painting the sky in hues of crimson reds and soothing oranges, an eerie hush descends over the camp. The laughter subsides, the forest creatures grow silent, and the legends of the camp seem to come alive in the gathering darkness. The transition from day to night brings with it a tangible change in the atmosphere. The jovial lightheartedness of the day is replaced with a foreboding charm, a sense of creeping dread that only the onset of night can bring. And as the last rays of the sun surrender to the encroaching darkness, the first night of camp commences. The anticipation of the unknown, the thrill of adventure, and the chilling whispers of the haunted forest stir a sense of eerie unease, transforming the peaceful summer camp into a stage for captivating and terrifying mystery. As days turn into nights, campers start to mysteriously vanish, each leaving behind a disturbing story. It begins subtly, with the campfire circle becoming less crowded, the faces around the fire growing fewer and fewer. The first to vanish leaves behind an unoccupied, strikingly empty sleeping bag, its flaps wide open, suggesting a hasty nocturnal departure. The abandoned bag was discovered after a sudden shriek echoed across the campsite. A fellow camper had found a chilling note scratched in the dirt next to the vacant bag, a cryptic message that read, "Beware, it lurks." This initial disappearance creates a wave of unease, a haunting silence that crashes over the campsite like an unwelcome intruder. The camp, once a hub of laughter, storytelling, and camaraderie, swiftly descends into an abyss of fear and uncertainty. The guitar strings that once strummed merry tunes around the campfire are silenced, replaced by the eerie melody of the wind whistling through the pines, the distant hoot of an owl, and the spine-chilling call of an unidentified creature. Before every disappearance, the campers report hearing an ominous rustling in the bushes and an unsettling sensation of being watched, as if the predator was marking its next prey. The moon, the silent watcher, casts an eerie glow over the once jovial camp, morphing it into a chilling spectacle of haunted shadows. Rumors of supernatural events echo through the camp, their chilling tales sending a cold shiver down every camper's spine. The unoccupied tents, eerily silent and desolate, stand as grim monuments of the missing. Meals, once eagerly consumed by famished campers after a day of fun, now gathered dust and grew cold, their tantalizing scent drifting aimlessly into the cold, heartless night air. As if anticipating the next disappearance, plates left untouched are found overturned the next morning, food scattered around as if an invisible entity had a feast. The vibrant chatter and laughter are replaced by whispers of dread, each disappearance feeding the growing terror. Every rustle in the foliage, every crack of a twig, every shadow flitting across the canvas of the tents breeds more fear, turning even the most skeptical into believers of the supernatural. Every nightfall ushers in a fresh wave of dread, in anticipation of another inexplicable disappearance. Hidden amongst the towering pines, a malevolent entity revels in the fear. It observes from the shadows, its existence marked only by a bone-chilling cold that accompanies each disappearance. A creature of unspeakable terror, it has been silently observing, patiently waiting for generations. Its motivations remain shrouded in darkness, its intentions only revealed through the nightmarish events it orchestrates. As each day fades into the fear multiplies, spreading like a deadly virus, poisoning the hearts and minds of the remaining campers. The campsite, once a paradise of fun and companionship, now feels like the eerie backdrop of a terrifying ghost tale. The joy of camaraderie has been replaced by the dread of the unknown, a deadly anticipation of the worst. As the number of campers dwindle, fear engulfs the entire camp, transforming the once vibrant camp into a deserted ghost town. The campsite, once a sanctuary of joy and comradeship, is now a haunted terrain, each vacant tent a chilling testament to the horror that has swept over the campground. Rumors spread about a supernatural force that has been lurking in the woods for generations, a force so powerful and pervasive that it casts a chilling aura around. Its presence has been persistent and ominous, growing stronger with each passing moonlit night. The townsfolk speak of it, their voices mere whispers, hinting at the unspeakable fear that the entity instills. Old men with weathered faces and knowing eyes share tales of an age-old existence, a hidden presence that has always seemed to rule the shadows of the forest. The local folklore is teeming with bone-chilling tales of this unseen creature, believed to be as ancient as the towering trees themselves. Its description varies, yet the terror it embodies remains constant. A large beast with piercing red eyes, a shapeless apparition emitting a deathly cold, or an invisible force that chills the air around it. The camp, nestled amidst these ancient trees, echoes with whispered stories of a dark and ominous past, tales of terrible encounters with the force, sightings of spectral figures, sudden drops in temperature, and even a camper found petrified in fear, unable to speak of what he saw. These aren't just tales spun to frighten the children on stormy nights, they are a haunting part of the camp's history, a remnant of an unknown terror. Legends abound of this entity, this unseen phantom that thrives in the shadowy wilderness. Sightings have varied, but the fear remains the same, a chilling reminder of the strange occurrences that have repeatedly plagued the camp. Whispers of unexplained disappearances, bizarre incidents, and eerie sightings have all been tied to this spectral menace. The camp's past is a chilling chronicle of these strange incidents, all tied back to this spectral force. Over the years, the unknown has always lingered, a malignant force casting an everlasting gloom over the camp. With each passing night, its hold over the camp strengthens, its power increases. Its whispers in the wind have grown louder, tales of terrifying encounters more frequent, campers waking up to ghastly figures looming over their beds, sudden gusts of wind on still nights, rustling of leaves where none should be, and the pervasive feeling of being watched. The supernatural force, an entity that cannot be seen but can only be felt, is a constant presence. Its eerie whispers seem to echo through the silent forest, haunting the dreams of those who dare to stay. Its pull is potent, its presence omnipresent, and its history as old as the towering trees themselves. With each passing night, the supernatural force grows stronger, its eerie whispers turning into horrifying screams echoing through the silent forest. In a desperate bid for survival, the remaining campers unite, forming an impromptu army in preparation for a spine-chilling showdown. They clench their jaws, hearts pounding like war drums against their rib cages, each drumbeat signaling the terrifying confrontation that lies ahead. Their faces, bathed in the fluctuating glow of the campfire, reflect the unwavering determination in their eyes and the bone-chilling resolve set in their jaws. The temperature plummets, and the once lush forest transforms into a threatening, lethal predator. The ensuing confrontation is a chilling spectacle, their youthful courage clashing with the malevolent ancient force that lurks in the shadows. The suspense-laden air grows dense with terror, saturated with fear and dread. The once musical crickets retreat into their sandy homes, their natural symphony replaced by the bone-rattling echoes struggle and the eerie howls of the supernatural entity. Each sound lingers, reverberating in the air and amplifying the pervasive fear. Every twitch of the shadows triggers a surge of adrenaline, drawing out beads of cold sweat from their trembling bodies. As the showdown intensifies, tragedy strikes. One by one the campers fall, overwhelmed by the merciless entity. Their heroic efforts are met with ruthless reprisal, their screams of defiance swallowed by the malicious entity's hideous laughter. The night air grows thick with the stench of loss and despair. The outcome of this disastrous confrontation remains shrouded in a cloak of uncertainty as the long, torturous night stretches on. Time seems to stand still, each second dragging on like a lifetime. The tension escalates, the suspense becoming a tangible entity. As daybreak finally arrives, an eerie silence descends over the camp. The once bustling encampment is transformed into an abandoned ghost town. Its occupants either vanished into the ether or hidden away in fear. The only sound that dares punctuate the silence is the soft rustling of the leaves, whispering tales of the night's tragic and harrowing events. Whether the remaining campers manage to vanquish the supernatural force or if it continues to haunt the woods, only the whispering trees hold the answer. The sun rises on an abandoned camp, the echoes of joyous laughter replaced by the solemn whispers of the wind. The dawn bathes the desolate landscape in an eerie, spectral light, casting long shadows that stretch out like ghostly fingers upon the lifeless canvas of deserted tents. As though untouched by human hand, nature continues its unhurried rhythm. The rustling leaves and chirping crickets, the sole performers in an otherwise silent symphony. The structures, previously pulsing with the vitality of life, now stand as haunted relics of a spine-chilling past. Each tent, each tree, each stone appears to cradle the traces of dreadful tales, whispered in hushed tones under the veil of darkness. Void of human presence, the once lively scene has transformed into a dreary tableau, bearing mute testament a terrifying showdown that rattled its very foundations. Eerily surreal and heart-wrenchingly poignant, the aura of the place is pregnant with the lingering remnants of fear and terror. The question remains, the supernatural entity truly been vanquished, or does it merely slumber, biding its time, waiting for the right moment to strike again? The bunkhouses, the mess hall, the dock, all bear the deep scars of a brutal battle fought against an unseen enemy, their hollow shells echoing the tale of horror. The summer camp stands desolate, a haunting echo of a time when laughter and screams intermingled in a grotesque symphony of adventure and terror. The silence amplifies the chilling reality of the events that unfolded, casting an inescapable, lingering shadow over the future of the camp. But the tragic end is far from over. A chilling, spectral figure, a remnant of the entity, continues to haunt the camp, its presence a silent threat. And so, the sinister tale of the summer camp lives on, a chilling bedtime story for generations. An eerie reminder of the tragic aftermath, the lasting scars, and the haunting presence that refuses to be silenced.